Hey, how is everyone doing on this great Saturday night? Saturday, January 25th, right? So January's gone. And here I am doing my podcast on the Saturday. Oh my fucking God. Another goal. Another goal. Jesus. Jesus. Oh my God, Jesus. Wait. So I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm just watching some European League soccer, right? I think it's a German league or one of those. And Mons and Gladbach, whatever. So 1-1. So they just did a goal. Fucking amazing soccer. In any case, how's everyone doing, huh? I had a great night last night, actually. Well, my office manager, she and I, we had, when I say great night, means like I had a great sleep, you know. But we went, in any case, so we, after work, we decided to go to dinner, and then we went to this place called, what is it called? Westville, right? Westville. Around like 8:15, and they had a special for dinner, right? They had one of those shawarma platters, Westville is like a new American restaurant, so I don't know why I ordered the shawarma, like a shawarma platter with rice and all that, and then my stomach was having like, was being funny, a funny stomach. Nothing crazy, but I could feel it. But after that, I came, and then I just took it easy, I just took it easy, and then today, actually, I woke up kind of like around 10 o'clock, I think, and then because I actually went to sleep late last night. 10 o'clock, and then when I wake up, I drink a lot of water. So and the other good thing is that now I have learned how to like not get up too early, especially on a Saturday or a weekend. Because what I do is that I basically lower the blinders, right, for this big window I have in my living room. I just lower the blinders all the way down, so that, I don't see the sunlight, the sunlight doesn't bother me. And then I turn up all the lights in the living room, and everywhere else. I'll just watch a movie in my bedroom and all that, right? So yeah, then I went back to sleep, and then I woke up around like either, I think 1:30 or one of those, right? Yeah, I think so. And then I was watching, what the fuck I was watching last night? Jesus fucking Christ. The Gangs of New York. Oh my fucking God. I hadn't watched that movie. It's a movie, it's a Martin Sarkozy movie, right? Martin Sarkozy movie. He always makes these kind of movies, right? Epic, like gangster movies. This is set in the 1860s, I think 1860s in New York, with the Irish Protestants and the Catholics, and then the whole gangs in New York and all that bullshit, right? But yeah, it is an epic like gangster movie. Jesus fucking Christ. So who's in there? Leonardo DiCaprio. Leonardo DiCaprio is in there. And fucking amazing movie. Long ass, obviously, just like Irishman, right? But in any case, so then I woke up, and then I finished that movie, and what the fuck did I do today? Jesus Christ. I actually, obviously, I went to my sandwich shop, right here, B18 Cafe, behind my building, my apartment building, and so, we're setting up the Jersey City office, right? As I told you guys in my last podcast, it's coming along now, and they're slowly moving like huge stuff from my New York office. Oh, by speaking of which side, so my landlord in the New York office told me that finally found a tenant for the penthouse, and I said that's great, and I asked him if he was going to find something for me, a smaller space for me. He said he was going to let me know next week, which I think he said Monday. He said, not says. And oh my fucking God, another goal. Jesus. No goal. Sorry. So I think good things are happening, and then I'm going to move into that smaller space because I don't want to fucking pay so much money, in rent, and I don't want to the other option if he couldn't find anyone, the other option would have been to just rent the big room. I'm already renting the smaller corner room to an architect, but I just didn't want to fucking deal with it, So this is what I'm going to say. I'm going to say, listen, guys. So he's moving me to a smaller space on one of the lower floors, probably I don't know which floor, maybe 12th floor. I'm not sure, but I'm going to ask them if they can take over the lease, right, for the room. And then all I need is just 2 desks in New York. Because I have my office set up in Jersey City, right? So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. If the landlord, approves them, and then they'll have to give him a deposit and all that. Oh, the other thing is that I think I'm going to get like a refund on my deposit. When I moved to a smaller space, I think I had to talk to my landlord in New York. But in any case, so I don't want to turn this podcast into my work podcast. But so yeah, after B18, right, I had that great sandwich, and then I had to send out a proposal for one of the clients who is in need of some inspections, construction inspections, right? I guess for an apartment renovation in Manhattan. So she was asking me yesterday, when can I send that to her, because she needs that sooner, because she has to make a decision. So I did that. I quickly typed up quickly OneNote, and then I sent it to her today, and OneNote is a great project management software, by the way, Microsoft OneNote. Although I was having some fucking issues, right? Because here's the fucking problem, right? So I have that computer in my original office, the penthouse in Manhattan, right? But I moved that to now Jersey City office because I want to make Jersey City office as my primary office. So, and then I was using a Mac Mini before, which was partitioned, right? And the Windows and AutoCAD and all that, right? So I have that in Manhattan office. So then the computer I moved to Jersey City office, right? And then here at home, I have the Microsoft Surface, right? So OneNote has to automatically, sync. If I'm making a change here, right, and also my office manager's computer in Jersey City, right, which is kind of mobile because that's a MacBook Air partition and using Windows. So OneNote has to be fucking synced. It has to sync. If I'm making any changes, let's say I add a proposal right here, right, or if my office manager adds an invoice, she creates a new invoice for, let's say, a client, an existing or a new client, right? Then OneNote has to update that here on every computer that I'm using, OneNote, right? So I was having big issues with that because my IT guy, he has a new employee, and he didn't know that the IT people had built a customized OneNote for me, so he screwed it up, and then I was kind of angry with my IT consultant. Not angry, but I told him, listen, man, this is not working out because I'm having big issues with OneNote, and then the calendar and all that, and your guy doesn't know how everything is set up and all that, right? So he came into my Jersey City office, and then we, he basically, I took my actual Surface, and then he actually, I believe he figured it out, and he basically resolved the issue, and so we are now in business. But IT, it's just a lot of fucking money, and I can afford. I'm not a fucking big fish. I can afford like thousands of dollars per month to pay thousands of dollars per month, So I requested him, actually, he sent to me a sample contract. I requested him, listen, can we do like a monthly contract, because I can't pay you hourly, and all that. So he sent that to me, and I'm going to print that tomorrow, and then I will take a look at it. Am I turning this fucking podcast into my work podcast? I'm sorry, I apologize. But in any case, so what happened was that, so we also moved some stuff, right, last night. Some of the files, because I drove in, we both drove in, because usually what happens is that because of now 2 offices, we usually start here in Jersey City, and then I also had to interview an engineer, for my company, and I think I'm also interviewing a couple more on Monday. I looked at my calendar and phone. So we did. So so I had some stuff in my car, and so which I didn't move last night because it was kind of late after dinner, in Tribeca. So I just came home, actually. No, I went to my Jersey office. I picked up the Microsoft Surface because I needed it for here because that lady was asking me for that goddamn proposal, right? So I did that, and then, but I had stuff in my car, so, and then I had to buy a few things like the remote for the TV. My bedroom was not working for some fucking reason, and I changed the batteries, but still it's not working. So I'm like, fuck this, and I have to buy some picture frames, right, for my licenses, because you have to, as a licensed engineer, right, in New York or any other state, you have to have a copy of your, not license, well, yeah, the certificate, license certificate on the wall. You are supposed to do that. So I bought a picture frame. So I went to fucking Target, right, here in Jersey City. I drove over there, and then I bought the picture frame, actually a couple of them, and then from there I went to my Jersey City office, and I worked there for like, I don't know, an hour, maybe hour and a half. And it's so fucking great, like having an office like nearby where you live, because you can go there anytime, Not that I want to sound like a workaholic, but because we have a lot of workload, and private construction is like very demanding. So it's just great to even I can even walk there, and just like work for an hour. Although Sundays I don't, Weekends I try not to go there unless it's absolutely necessary because I can work from here, I can log out to my server and all that, right? So, so that's the story of my today's Saturday's so far events, not events, sorry. My how the fuck do you call this? On my day, yeah, that was my day. That was my fucking day. I started late actually, and when I drank a lot of water, right, at 10 o'clock. Although I was thinking, we started at 10 o'clock, so maybe I should just like fucking just get up and then start my day early. I'm like, no, because I was still tired. So then I drank a lot of water and then I just put me back to sleep, And I was having some fucking weird dreams, after watching that movie, Gangs of New York from 2002. Jesus fucking Christ, it was like it's like a recap of that fucking movie, with all the guns and all that fucking bullshit, right? But in any case, so that's a great movie. Although a couple of other movies I watched, which I'm going to talk when we get into my cheat sheet, right? Which I'm going to talk about when we get into my cheat sheet. So, yeah, and also I did some grocery shopping. As usual, my grocery store, Green Market on Hudson, right? And Green Market on Hudson, that's a great place. Everything is green. No, not everything. Green means like healthy, All their meats are basically, non, like cage-free, non-GMO, no antibiotics. Vegetables are like locally produced. I think that's what it is. Is that what it is? Or am I just like making this shit up? No, I think that's true about the meat, but vegetables and all that, fruits, I'm not sure. I'm not eating any fruits except for like, Nature's Harvest. Actually, I got this today from Green Market. This is fucking great. It has raisins, almonds, pumpkin seeds. Those are really great for you. Pumpkin seed kernels, yeah, and then sunflower seed kernels, dried apricots. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. We have the best apricots in where I come from, No, these apricots are not that great. We have the best dried apricots. Oh my fucking God. Where I was born, that's like the apricot heaven, So these Japanese tourists, I remember they would flock into the mountain, right? For apricot blossoms in like March, April, right? And where I was born, it's like a fucking epic area, mesmerizing with like these high mountains, and you feel like, what the fuck? Where the fuck am I? Especially when I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna feel like that. Oh, speaking of which, you know what? I'm gonna also have to book my vacation to Colorado. I think I should do that tonight because it's already fucking. Well, it's not that late. It's January because I usually go there like Labor Day weekend. But still, I think I should book it because I can get good deals on fucking, what is that? Expedia or whatever the fuck it is. Expedia or Orbitz. So I'll have to book, first of all, I'll have to book the flight, right? For the dates. Most likely, I'm going to do the same that I did last year. I'm going to fly in probably on the 27th or 28th and come back on Monday or Tuesday. Monday is the Labor Day, right? The first Monday of September. And then I think I should avoid the fucking Monday because everybody travels and Monday becomes a fucking shit show. especially if you are traveling with an airline like fucking, Spirit. It's one of the fucking worst airlines. Don't ever fucking book with Spirit, okay? Go with like fucking, I don't know, like American. Well, I guess American is not there. Go with United or one of those, right? Don't fucking go with Spirit because first of all, their their delays are fucking horrible, and their ratings are like fucking so not great. So if I book my flights tonight, I'm gonna go with another like what do you call the airline, right? I'm gonna go with another fucking airline, not fucking Spirit. That happened to me twice in fucking Denver, right? So what happened was that, so they told me that there was no flight, and the flight was delayed, and then there was no flight in near future, so I would have to wait until like 2 days. I'm like, fuck that. I just need the refund, and I'm gonna book with another airline, and that's what I did. But that's a fucking pain in the ass, So. So, without ranting about Spirit Airlines, although I did, I think I should book my flight tonight, yes. If not the fucking hotel and all that, right? I think I should stay in like I don't want Airbnb. I don't like Airbnb anymore, to be honest with you. I think Airbnb is going to go down, just like fucking Uber is going to go down, right? Remember technology? At the same time, I don't want to like stay in a very like a fucking hotel, right? That's why I stayed in that motel, foot of the hill motel in Boulder. I like that kind of setup, It feels more like you are in a sort of a guest house than like a fucking hotel, But let's see. I'll have to basically Google and see what options I have. And I think I'm going to stay in Boulder, maybe Aspen. No, I think I'm going to stay in Boulder again. Aspen is too fucking far to drive from like fucking Denver, and there are no flights that go to fucking Aspen. But I might actually drive to Aspen, like a day trip, and then hiking and all that, right? I think that's what I'm going to do. So that's it. That's my vacation, Colorado is my second home or third home or whatever the hell, right? Yeah, I shouldn't say whatever the hell. I mean, Colorado is a beautiful place, actually. The mountains, because that's where I come from. I mean, I come from a similar area, but much, much higher mountains. Rugged, more like fucking, like if you go to, Jesus, am I fucking repeating myself like 1,000 times? I think I am. But in any case, so just to finish my sentence, if you go to more like Nevada, Nevada, kind of rugged, kind of dry, but very high, like very, very high, from the sea level. And so that's my vacation. But I think I'm going to plan something for the Memorial Day, which is fucking end of May, right? I think I should. Usually I go to like Universal in Orlando or Disney World in Orlando for Memorial Day. I think that's what I'm going to do, I think. But if I can take a little more time off, I might go to Anaheim, Los Angeles, right? The Universal Studios in Los Angeles. I mean, they have fucking new Star Wars, right? Theme parks. So I might go there, but I don't know. I don't know yet. In any case, okay. So let's talk about something else. What shall we talk about, sir? Huh? Well, yeah, I did some cooking. Tonight I made some steak. Just more or less the same as I made last time with my girlfriend when she was here. Remember, I actually uploaded that video. I don't know if you guys watched that, but that was a fucking great steak, and this was basically more or less the same. Except that, I mean, I didn't do a video. Except that, I cooked and I marinated the steak, is the ribeye steak, and I marinated the same. Cooked it well, and but instead of spinach, I had some mixed veggies. Mixed veggies like carrots, some cauliflower, some fucking, broccoli. Although I'm not a big fan of broccoli, because broccoli is like the overrated vegetable on fucking earth, or at least in America. I'm not sure about other countries. So I have the YouTube TV, right? Oh shit, they're showing fucking Super Bowl. So Super Bowl, as you all know, is on the 2nd, right? February 2nd. I haven't made any fucking plans. I had to ask these fucking assholes because I invited them, but they haven't confirmed. They might show up, or we might just fucking make plans at one of their places. I don't know. I mean, it's better if they come here because, I have the TV, I have all the subscription, and it's just going to be us dudes, But in any case, let's see what happens, right? Yeah, let's see what happens. And weather today was like fucking, I think, you know why? I actually slept again, I realize now, because the weather was so fucking gloomy and it wasn't cold. It wasn't cold, but it was just like fucking raining, I'm like, fuck this, you know what? I'm just gonna go back to fucking sleep, and that's what I did. I'm just gonna go back to fucking sleep, and then I woke up around like 1:30, and I finished watching that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, and oh yeah, and Daniel Day-Lewis. Daniel Day-Lewis, oh my fucking god, he's a great actor. He plays the butcher. Oh my god, Jesus fucking Christ. But great acting, and movie by Martin Scorsese, right? No spoiler alerts. No spoiler alerts. Yeah, so my Jersey City office is basically almost set up. Well, it is set up. Basically, it is set up. We need a fridge, I think. We need a fridge. My office manager, who's also my ex-girlfriend, and it has been working very well between the two of us in our professional relationship. She's great, and I think I've kind of helped her leave her her last job because she was I don't know, it was like a fucking abuse, dude. She was telling me. Although she was getting good money and all that, but then, I mean, if you're not happy, for whatever reason at your job, and then you have to then go there again and again every fucking day, then that's like a fucking, what is that? That's like depressing. That's actually even more than depressing, So she likes it, and so it has been great. It has been good so far. So, and I want to, I told her that listen, the reason I moved to Jersey City is because, first of all, obviously I'm paying a lot of rent in New York, and second, New York is just too overrated. Although I do want to have a small office, or just a desk or two, right? Okay, am I fucking repeating myself? I'm sorry, I apologize. But in any case, let's talk about fucking impeachment. No, fuck that, dude. Jesus fucking Christ. So I was listening to fucking Bill Maher, right? He has his show on HBO, right? So I subscribed to the Real Time with Bill Maher. And, I mean, that show is great, but Bill Maher, I mean, I told you guys, Bill Maher was on Joe Rogan's podcast, right? And he became a fucking hypocrite. And I don't think what's his name, Joe Rogan should go on Bill Maher show. Because again, he didn't ask the hard questions he was supposed to ask to Nancy Pelosi. Jesus fucking Christ, these like really left-leaning Democrats and all these fucking people, right? They're gonna fucking make it even worse than these Republicans. Republicans, hardcore right-wing Republicans are, yes. I mean, I don't fucking lean towards any fucking party or any identity fucking politics. And I don't want to even fucking talk about politics. But the point I'm trying to make is that these fucking Democrats are playing the same game in a dirty way to just show to the American people that, oh, by the way, we wasted your fucking tax dollars and time, instead of talking about real issues. As much as Trump is worse, we are also as much worse. That's what they're fucking doing. That's what they are fucking doing. All right? So that's it. That's my rant on the fucking impeachment. And fuck that. And what a fucking waste of American people's time and their tax dollars, right? What else? Oh yeah, so I had to buy some plants for my office because my office manager, she can basically water them. I mean, the problem is that we are so fucking busy that I don't even have fucking time to do it. Although, I don't even have fucking time to do like any of that, but I do have some principles that I follow, unless it's like extremely urgent. I can't start my day without my sandwich, right, and a lot of water, and I also have to have a good lunch or like a late lunch, So I don't fucking care, I would go to like dig in if I'm in New York or maybe here. I'm not sure where to go here. I still have to explore, right? There are some food trucks, but I'm not into food truck food, food truck food, because those fucking, I don't know. I mean, New York is full of fucking food trucks. But in any case, so that's the other thing, right? And then I try not to be a workaholic, although work is good. Work is good especially if you're a business owner, and then this is your fucking ship, it's your fucking ship. So work is good. But sometimes you have to take the time off, because then you stress out. Oh, I have to do this, I have to get this done, and this guy is asking for these plans, blah, blah, blah. So you have to have some sort of a principle. You have to follow some principle in life where you say, you know what, work is all good, but I have sometimes, let's just take it easy. Just like what I'm doing now. I'm doing that fucking podcast. I'll worry about work tomorrow or Monday, Right now, I'm just relaxing, and I cook some food, amazing fucking food. Tomorrow, my girlfriend will be over, and we're gonna probably dine out, depending on the weather, or maybe we'll cook something in. Probably dine out because I don't want to fucking cook like every fucking night, And then we will watch a movie, and then we'll play some pool, and that's it. Pool. Speaking of pool, by the way, so I've been also watching some fucking international pool tournament games on YouTube. Oh my fucking god, dude. Those guys, those pool playing guys are so fucking good at pool. Oh my fucking god. They are so good. Oh my fucking god. international pool tournaments, those are, obviously those guys, I think those guys earn a lot of money. Some people say pool is not the real sport, but who gives a shit? I like a lot of sports. I watch soccer. I'm going to watch, I don't watch like American football except for maybe Super Bowl or maybe one of the championships, Major League Baseball, if I'm out in a bar, right, in the baseball season. Speaking of which, I think I have something in my cheat sheet, and what's his name, Bill Burr was talking about, right, about goddamn fucking Astros and then the Jets, and not the Jets, but the Mets and all that, right, all that fucking thing with the the cheating and all that bullshit. In any case, so I don't want to go on about that. It's already 35 minutes, and it's 6 minutes past midnight, and I don't want to go on and on about, because I want to just like relax and just watch movies and some shows maybe. What other shows I'm watching these days? I'm watching, oh, by the way, so Mandalorian is done, right? Mandalorian is done for the season for now. I think they're going to do second season. I don't know when. Expanse. I think that's the show that I'm watching, Expanse. That's a great show, Expanse. I also watched like Bill Burr's fucking show. What's that show called? Jesus fucking Christ. F is for Family. Oh my fucking God. That's a fucking hilarious show with Bill Burr and Laura Dern, right? She also stars in Star Wars, as you know. Frank Murphy and Sue Murphy, right? Set in the 70s, Long Island / JFK, right? Whatever, airport. But no spoiler alerts, but that's a fucking great show. Only for 18 and above. 18 and above, okay? No kids. Alright, so I think we got a fucking offside. Is that what it is? Offside, yeah. Soccer game. Still fucking going on 1-1, right? Both teams 1-1. So let's have some fucking action, assholes. Huh? Let's have some fucking action so you guys do a fucking goal. Oh my fucking God. Jesus. Okay, so in any case, I don't want to turn this podcast into a fucking soccer game, right? So yeah, that fucking show is a fucking great show. You guys look into that. You can watch it on Netflix, actually. Netflix actually has some amazing movies you can watch. But in that case, I don't want to fucking go on and on about movies. I was actually watching or listening to Elon Musk, right? Fucking Elon Musk and NASA director, what's his name? And some astronauts. So they were talking about. I think this video was from like a month ago at least, or at least 2 months ago. Remember when actually SpaceX launched their Dragon flight, and it docked with the International Space Station successfully, but there were no crews. So I think SpaceX is going to do that. I think I said that in my last podcast or the podcast before that was that Boeing or one of those. They tried that and then it failed. Apparently, it couldn't dock because of the location issue. But I think SpaceX has done that successfully, unmanned a flight. So I think they're going to do it manned flight now soon. So now instead of using the Russian rockets, they're going to use America's own private SpaceX company. I mean, private space travel company, SpaceX. That's what they're going to do, and they are so proud. Really, Jesus. Yeah, why the fuck did they actually ground that shuttle? I don't fucking understand. In 2012, is that what it is, or 2009? Because it's too fucking expensive. Well, how about you guys were like fucking paying $80 million to fucking Russians every time you had to like send something to the International Space Station, right? $80 fucking million. I don't think shuttle mission would have been that more expensive than fucking $80 million. Don't quote me on that one. I'm not fucking Neil deGrasse Tyson. To give you guys like, accurate figures when it comes to sending either people or whatever you're sending, like fucking, I don't know, experimental kits or whatever the fuck it is that they're sending to the International Space Station, right? Including gifts, holiday gifts and all that, right? Or maybe Thanksgiving turkey? Huh? Wait, aren't they actually now cooking up there in the International Space Station? Jesus fucking Christ. The International Space Station is a fucking piece of junk. And that's all I have to say about that one. Because I've ranted about that for so long and for so many times that I just don't want to fucking talk about it. We need a fucking base on the moon. Okay? We need a fucking base on the moon. Jesus fucking Christ. Right? With the fucking global warming, although I'm not as, speaking of which, fucking, what's her name, that kid from fucking Sweden, right? So they had the International Business Conference, right, in Davos, Switzerland. So she shows up there and she goes, I didn't see that, I didn't even fucking want to like watch her video, right? She's like, nothing has been done so far. What do you think should have been done? You think we should like fucking like what do you call like what do you call have all the cars that run on gasoline or gas, just like decommission them? Huh? What a fucking impractical fucking kid who has a lot of time on her fucking hand. Why doesn't she go to fucking school instead of doing this fucking bullshit? I think she has some mental problems, obviously, right? Exactly. She's using this excuse to hide her own issues. She doesn't want to go to school. Simple as that. So these emotional like rants about like climate change, as much as I said about like these fucking Democrats and Bernie Sanders, they're saying, oh, we have to take on fossil fuels. Really? How are you going to take on fossil fuels? Bernie, you're using a fucking car that gets gas, right? You want to have an all-electric car, right? You may have a house where you can charge it. I don't have a fucking house where I can charge. First of all, I can't afford a fucking electric car. Jesus fucking Christ, am I fucking repeating myself? I guess I am. But in any case, so without ranting, it's already 43 minutes, so let's just get into our cheat sheet, everyone. How is everyone doing, huh? I don't want to fucking wake up my neighbors, by being too loud. But the walls here are soundproof, so that's a good thing. Oops, sorry. Let's get into our cheat sheet, right? Here we go. So my first topic, international pool tournaments, right? So I've been watching that. I talked about that already. Those fucking pool players who get into those international pool tournaments, right? Because those guys are, even like women, are so fucking good. You won't fucking believe it, right? But in any case, so that was my take on that one. My next topic, podcast using Mac or Windows. Okay, all right. Okay, so remember, my last podcast. If you have been or if you watched it, oh my fucking god! Hold on a second. The goal! No. Okay, so I actually tried my podcast. I did my podcast actually, last one from last Sunday, if you guys remember, using Microsoft Surface and its camera, and then the camera roll and all that, right? It was all good. It was all fine. I had no fucking complaints, except guess what happens when it comes to uploading the fucking video, right? So it took about 4 hours. It took about fucking 4 hours, and then I'm like, fuck this, I just let it upload to my YouTube channel. I'm like, fuck this, and then I just went to bed, and I just watched some movies, and then I went to bed. I went to sleep, right? And then I had to upload it the fucking next day, right? I had to basically just finish uploading all that, whatever you have to do. You have to publish it, and you have to say it's not for kids. Obviously, my podcast videos are not for kids. No, they are not. But in any case, so I guess what I'm ranting about is that the fucking Microsoft Surface, maybe because the video was too big, or the video file. Because I went over an hour. I think I went 9 minutes over an hour, or maybe 10 minutes over an hour. But that shouldn't make it twice the size of a fucking, a video file that is only, let's say, an hour, right? On if I'm using fucking photo booth on my MacBook Air, right? So I'm like, fuck this shit. So I'm doing my podcast now. I'm switched back to fucking MacBook Air because it's a fucking pain in the ass to upload and just wait 4 fucking hours, right? I don't do this podcast for a living. I just do it for fun. But still, I want to upload my podcast as soon as I'm done, right? So I'm just going to use my MacBook Air and photo booth for my podcast. No fucking Microsoft Surface. I just use that for work, at home. And MacBook Air with OS, Apple OS for pleasure, right? There you go. And hobby. This is my hobby, so there you go. What's the weather for tomorrow, by the way? So, because it has been fucking raining today, and then it was a fucking overcast, right? But the weather was not cold, by the way. It was in the 50s, apparently. So let me ask Alexa for tomorrow. Alexa, weather for tomorrow in Jersey City?
Tomorrow in Jersey City, New Jersey, you'll see intermittent clouds and can expect a high of 46 degrees Fahrenheit and a low of 35 degrees.
Intermittent clouds with low of 35 degrees, right? So that means that it's not that cold. So that's right. That's actually better, right? It's not that fucking cold. And it's not warm either, but it's actually warm enough for January, right? So I think we're going to dine out. I think that's what we're going to do. Let's. Me and my girlfriend tomorrow. But so let's just get back into our cheat sheet. My next topic is Australia wildfires, dust storms, and hail. Australia wildfires, dust storms, and hail. So Australia is really going through some shit. Jesus fucking Christ. First, the wildfires became worse, right? They became worse this year because, as you all know, Australia is in the southern hemisphere, and so there is, at this time, oh, by the way, so I was also watching. Am I fucking jumping from one topic to the other topic? I guess you are, sir. But in any case, so I guess I am. So without jumping too much, right? I was also watching the Australian Open, tennis, and some of the great players were playing. Oh my God, they already did it. They almost did a goal. And so in any case, so let's get back to our topic, Australian wildfires, right? So these fucking wildfires are getting worse apparently every fucking year, right? Every fucking year. And then what happened was that after the wildfire, they had the dust storms. Fucking epic dust storms. And then after that, you know what happens? They have the hail. The rain with these big fucking not like snow or rain, but hail. Hail are these fucking, and apparently they were actually these tennis ball size fucking hail are coming down and smashing the fucking car windows, and people were fucking running for their life, because if these fucking things hit you, right, with the acceleration of gravity and all that, right? They can fucking hurt you, really. They're fucking huge. Jesus fucking. So all these people were they were taking, cover under whatever the fuck they could find, right? All of a sudden. So there you go. So that's it. I think that's a real sign of fucking global warming. And I'm not sure why Australia is worse, although California has, some fucking worse wildfires as well. But in any case, so that was a fucking disaster for Australia, right? And another fucking disaster. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't want to turn my podcast into a disaster, news podcast, but this is what happened this week, right? Jesus fucking Christ. Coronavirus in China. What is it? What is that fucking province? Right? Wuhan. Fucking Wuhan. So Bill Maher was talking about it. Obviously it's in the news everywhere, because now it's a fucking contagious like a fucking virus, and then we have 3 cases in fucking in US, and 42 people killed in China, and it's spreading and all that. So this is going to really disrupt. I think this is already disrupting the people who are living there, and including all the expats, American expats and all that, right? And so people are fucking worried, and it's not only about worrying and all that, but there are 11 fucking million people live in that fucking province, right? Wuhan city or province or what the fuck it is. So what the fuck is going to happen to them? Are they going to fucking die of starvation? Because nobody wants to go there, even nobody wants to deliver groceries into grocery stores. No Teamsters want to go there because of the fucking fucking virus. Is that what it is? This is a fucking disaster. So this is something that I think human beings have not been prepared. Although this has happened before, with all the epidemics and all that, right? But in modern times, I think that the human beings are not ready. They don't have anything in place to okay, let's contain this. We know where the cases are, and let's just move on and let the city run the way it was running, a province or where the fuck that place is, right? And let's not disrupt everybody's lives because of few people, right? So that's something that they don't have that. So I don't know what the fuck is going to happen, but it has been a big news, and that was my take on that. What the fuck am I going to do? I'm going to do tomorrow. So tomorrow, well, I'm meeting my girlfriend, but I have to actually work on some of my projects, because as the holidays are over, people are coming back, and then as January subsides after the holidays, people want to get back to work, and so all these clients are coming back to us now, and with all these projects, so I have my workload is actually getting bigger, and so I interviewed one engineer on Friday, and I'm interviewing two. So I have to actually, I think I have to get at least one or two, maybe one by mid-February, and maybe another one by mid-March. Two engineers on board. I have my office manager, so here I am building my team, right? I'm rebuilding my team. Okay, so there you go. My next topic, Ready or Not, and Marriage Story and Scarlett Johansson short hair. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Ready or Not, that fucking movie. That's a fucking horror movie. Oh my fucking God. I thought it was like something else. And then I don't know why I kept fucking going, because it just turned, because I thought it was like a joke, without that whole night. And I didn't realize that was not a fucking joke. Actually, people were killing. People were after the new potential bride, and I thought they were just playing a game with her. Did I just have like a fucking spoiler alert? I think I did. Who gives a shit? That's a fucking old movie. Well, it's not an old movie from 1919. What the fuck am I saying? That's a movie from 2019, last year. But it's a fucking creepy movie. Jesus fucking Christ. And then I also watched Marriage Story, right, with Scarlett Johansson, and Adam Driver. Did I actually finish watching that? I have to look into that. But that's a great movie, and Adam Driver, he has a great acting, and I realized that Scarlett Johansson, she's actually, with her short hair and all that, I realized she's actually short in height as well. I thought, from watching like something like Ghost in the Shell, I thought she was like a fucking tall woman, but apparently she's not. But in any case, no spoiler alerts. So I watched those movies. I'm going to watch some other movies tonight, so let's see what happens, right? All right, everyone, my second to last topic, Super Bowl. Okay, so Super Bowl, I told you guys, I don't have any plans yet. I had to make some plans. If not, then I'm going to just go to a fucking bar. Or I'm just going to watch it at home. Who gives a shit? I'm just going to cook some food, and then maybe I'll have my actually girlfriend, and then we can watch it. If not, if it doesn't become a dude's night party, right? If it's not a dude's night or family night or whatever the hell it is, right? Then I'll make some other plans. There you go. So Kansas Chiefs are playing. This is going to be like a fucking Kansas Chiefs versus San Francisco 49ers Super Bowl, right? So this is going to be like fucking like Nancy Pelosi versus Mitch McConnell, right? Is that what it's going to be? I think that's what it's going to be. This Super fucking Bowl, right? All right, okay, so that was my analogy on that one. My last topic, everyone, Freakonomics. Okay, so I was listening to Freakonomics. Usually, it's on public radio on Saturdays at 4 o'clock, and they were talking about opioid epidemic, right? And so they basically in America, and they actually went deep into like how the opioid epidemic, right, did become a real problem, and what are the grassroots issues, right? So, I mean, I don't take any fucking pills, and I fucking hate taking any fucking pills, and nobody should be taking any pills, especially the opioids. What are they called? The legal drugs, the legal heroin and amphetamines and whatever the fuck it is, right? So they were talking about how actually people get addicted to them. I mean, I kind of know how people can get addicted to them. Like if you have a real injury and they give you painkillers, and those painkillers are usually opioids, right? Legal opioids. Legal opioids, that's the term I wanted to use, right? But apparently some people just got hooked onto them, even though they may not have had an injury, or they were not prescribed. But even doctors, they were talking about a doctor who actually got hooked onto that, and then he was taking like so many opioids at some point in time but he survived. Because if you overdose on those fucking pills, then you die. Simple as that, right? So opioids is still a problem, and they were talking about that every year about 64,000 Americans die. That's more than car accidents, more than any other like forms of death. From addictions and all that, right? So America still has this fucking problem. These like all these some of these areas and states and the cities and all that, right? So in any case, so I don't want to like rant on like fucking opioids all night. So that was my last topic, everyone, and I presume you all are having a great weekend. And I'll speak to you all next Saturday or Sunday.